I used to start my mornings the same way, every day. 2 boiled eggs, a slice of toast, a cup of warm tea. It felt comforting, familiar, and somewhere in the back of my mind, I believed I was doing something good for myself. After all, aren't eggs supposed to be the perfect food? For years, that's what we were told. Full of protein, they said, great for muscles, so I didn't question it. Until one day, during a quiet checkup, something changed. The doctor looked over my chart, then glanced at me and asked, "Are you sure you're getting enough protein to keep your muscles strong?" I smiled and answered, "Well, I eat eggs every morning." But he didn't smile back. Instead, he gently said, "Eggs are fine, but they may not be enough. Not anymore." That sentence stayed with me. Not because it was dramatic, but because it was unexpected. And honestly, a little unsettling. I thought I was doing everything right. But maybe, just maybe, I'd missed something. The truth is, after 60, our bodies quietly begin to change. Not overnight, not with a loud warning, but slowly, gently, like a dimming light. You start to notice it in the small things, a bit more effort to rise from the couch, a longer pause before climbing the stairs, that slight tremble when carrying groceries or bending to tie a shoe. You might chalk it up to aging. It's normal, you tell yourself, but somewhere, deep down, it doesn't feel right. You're not in pain, you're not sick, but you feel weaker, less steady. And here's the quiet truth. It's not always age that's to blame. Sometimes, it's what we're missing on our plate. I had no idea that even though I was eating, I wasn't always nourishing my muscles. Because not all protein is the same. And not all foods give our bodies what they truly need, especially as we grow older. It made me wonder, how many of us are relying on old habits, meals we've trusted for decades, without realizing they might be letting us down? What if those 2 eggs, that slice of toast, that same old breakfast, aren't enough to protect the strength that keeps us walking, lifting, and living independently? But here's the hopeful part. What if, just by adding one simple food, one small change, you could start feeling steadier on your feet? What if your hands didn't shake as much? What if you could get up without bracing your arm? What if your energy came back, not from a pill, but from your next meal? It's not about eating more, it's about eating smarter. And it starts with understanding the quiet difference between foods that fill you up and foods that build you back up. If any of this feels familiar, if you felt your body slowing down and thought, "I guess this is just how it is now," then please stay with me. Because in the next few moments, I'll share with you a few gentle shifts, foods that may already be in your kitchen that could help you stay strong, steady, and confident, even as the years go on. Let's start by looking again at those trusted old eggs, and why they might not be the muscle heroes we thought they were. We don't notice it right away. The changes are too subtle, too quiet, but they're there. One morning, you reach for the sugar jar, and your hand trembles just a little. Another day, you bend down to pick up a dropped spoon, and realize it takes more effort than before. Then, a few weeks later, you find yourself avoiding stairs when you can, and when no one's looking, you sit down slower, more carefully, just in case your knees don't quite hold up. It doesn't feel dramatic. It's not a fall. It's not an emergency. But something feels off. You're not tired, you're not sick, but you're slower. Not just in movement, but in strength, in steadiness. It creeps in slowly, this quiet weakening. And the hardest part is, you don't know exactly why. Doctors might tell you it's just age. Friends may joke, "Well, we're not 30 anymore." You laugh, you nod, but deep inside, you wonder, is this the beginning of something I can't stop? Now here's the truth most people never hear, especially after 60. The strength in your legs, the steadiness in your hands, the energy in your muscles, they depend on one simple thing you might not be getting enough of: protein. Not just some protein, but but the right kind in the right amount and in a form your aging body can actually use. See, after age 60, our muscles start breaking down faster than we can rebuild them. This process has a name, but you don't need to remember it. All you need to know is, if your plate doesn't give your muscles what they need, they begin to fade, and it happens silently. It doesn't mean you'll collapse. It means you'll feel just a little off balance, a bit more tired at the end of the day. Maybe needing a hand to get up, maybe using the wall for support, just sometimes. Most people think it's just age. But what if it's not? What if the real problem is that we've been underfeeding our strength? You might eat 3 meals a day. But are those meals feeding your muscles or just your appetite? Think about it. Toast and jam for breakfast, a bowl of soup for lunch. A few spoons of rice and some vegetables for dinner. Comforting, familiar, but where's the usable protein? Sure, maybe there's a boiled egg here, a bit of chicken there. But when you add it all up, is it enough? The truth is, most older adults aren't getting the minimum protein needed to maintain muscle, let alone rebuild it. And here's the hard part. Even if you eat enough grams of protein, your body, at this age, may not absorb it as well as it used to. So what happens? You lose strength slowly. Balance becomes shaky. You rely more on others. And over time, independence begins to slip through your fingers. But there's hope, and it starts on your plate, not with big changes, not with powders or expensive supplements, but with the quiet power of everyday foods when chosen wisely. Because here's something many people don't realize. Not all proteins are created equal. Some foods give you protein that passes right through, barely used. Others feed your muscles directly, helping them rebuild, repair, and grow stronger, even after 60, 70, or 80. And some of the best ones aren't meat, aren't complicated. They're right there in your pantry, waiting to be rediscovered. But no one tells us this. No one shows us what these foods are, or how to use them. So we keep eating what we've always eaten: eggs, bread, a little milk, maybe some meat now and then, and wonder why we keep feeling a little weaker. But not today, because today you're about to learn the truth. You'll discover 10 quiet heroes of strength, foods that offer more protein than eggs, in forms that are easier to digest and more powerful for aging bodies. You'll see how just one spoonful, one handful, one small choice can begin to restore what time has quietly taken. And no, this isn't about becoming a bodybuilder. This is about walking confidently again, climbing stairs without fear, carrying your own groceries, holding your grandchild in your arms without worry. It's about staying you, strong, capable, independent. So if you've been wondering why your body feels different lately, and you're tired of hearing that's just how it is when you get older, then maybe, just maybe, this is your quiet turning point. Ready to discover the foods that could change everything? Let's begin together. I still remember sitting in the kitchen the next morning, staring at the 2 boiled eggs on my plate. They looked the same as always, simple, warm, reliable. But now, I saw them differently, not with doubt, but with a quiet curiosity. For so long, I thought these eggs were the gold standard of protein, packed with goodness, trusted by everyone. But what if I missed something? I started reading, not the complicated studies, just the basics. And what I found surprised me more than I expected. An average boiled egg, only about 6.3 grams of protein. Even if you eat 2, that's barely 12 grams. Now compare that to what many older adults actually need. At least 60 to 80 grams of protein a day, depending on weight, health, and lifestyle. That means those 2 eggs barely cover a fifth of what your muscles require. And worse, as we age, our bodies become less efficient at using protein. You might be eating it, but your muscles may not be absorbing enough. Suddenly, it made sense. Why I felt slower, why my balance felt off, why certain days, even carrying a bag of groceries, felt like a workout. It wasn't because I was eating the wrong foods. It's because I wasn't eating the right kind of protein, the kind my older body could actually use. And here's what truly surprised me. There are foods out there, simple everyday foods, that give you more protein per bite than eggs. Some give twice as much, some even 4 or 5 times more. And yet, hardly anyone talks about them. They're not flashy, they're not trendy, they just work, quietly, powerfully, especially for people over 60. Some of them are soft and easy to chew. Some are fermented, making them gentle on the stomach. Some are so rich in usable protein that your muscles start responding almost immediately. But we never hear about them because most advice out there isn't made for us. It's made for athletes, for young people, for gym goers. But what about someone like you and me? What if you don't want to lift weights or count calories? What if all you want is to feel strong enough to live your life your way? Then you need foods that respect your age, foods that honor your body's wisdom, that work with your digestion, not against it. And here's the most exciting part. You don't need to change everything. You don't need to stop eating eggs or meat. You just need to add the right foods. Little by little, a spoonful here, a handful there, until your plate becomes your strongest ally. Because when your muscles get what they need, you feel it. You stand up taller. You walk more confidently. You rest better at night. You feel more like yourself again. That's the moment I knew. This wasn't just about nutrition. It was about freedom. The freedom to keep walking without fear. The freedom to reach, to lift, to laugh without hesitation. The freedom to live, not just age. And so I began collecting these foods, 10 to be exact, each one tested, each one backed by research, each one powerful in its own gentle way. And now I want to share them with you. You may recognize a few. Some may surprise you. And one at the very end might just change how you think about food forever. Let's take a closer look at these quiet heroes, not from a dietitian's point of view, but from the perspective of someone who simply wants to stay strong without the stress. Are you ready to meet the foods that quietly outperform eggs and may help you feel younger from the inside out? Let's begin with number 10. Number 10, Greek yogurt non-fat strain. It's thick, it's creamy, and it's quietly powerful. Most people see yogurt as a snack, but non-fat strained Greek yogurt? That's a protein treasure, especially for older bodies. Per 100 grams, it gives you about 10.3 grams of protein, nearly double what a boiled egg offers. And it's not just the number, it's how easily your body can use it. Because Greek yogurt is filtered 3 times, removing liquid and lactose, what remains is dense, easy-to-digest protein your muscles can actually absorb. Better still, it's gentle on digestion, even for people who are sensitive to dairy. How to enjoy it? Start simple, a spoonful with breakfast, a topping for warm oatmeal, a creamy base for dips or salad dressing. Want extra benefits? Add a sprinkle of flaxseed or some fresh berries, or blend it into your smoothie with a banana and a handful of spinach. 1 small cup a day can make a big difference over time. Number 9, cooked chickpeas. You've seen them before, maybe in hummus, maybe in stews, but what you may not know is this. Chickpeas are rich in protein, fiber, and minerals. Every 100 grams of cooked chickpeas gives you around 11.2 grams of protein. But the real magic? They also bring fiber, which eggs don't have. Fiber helps your digestion, balances blood sugar, and reduces inflammation, all essential for preserving strength as we age. They're also full of magnesium, a mineral that helps muscles relax and recover. How to enjoy them? Try soaking them overnight, then boiling until soft. You can blend into hummus, roast them for snacks, or stir into vegetable stews. They're affordable, filling, and deeply nourishing. Tiny seeds, big strength. Unlike many plant foods, quinoa is a complete protein, meaning it has all 9 essential amino acids your body can't make on its own. Cooked quinoa offers about 14 grams of protein per 100 grams. It's especially rich in lysine, which supports muscle repair and bone strength. Want to make it even better? Soak it overnight to improve digestion. Cook it with a little vegetable broth for flavor. Add turmeric and black pepper for anti-inflammatory support. Quinoa is soft, gentle, and easy to mix with anything. Mushrooms, leafy greens, even a soft-boiled egg on top. Just 3/4 cup a day can support muscle strength and energy. Crunchy, nutty, and surprisingly powerful. In every 100 grams of pumpkin seeds, you get about 19 grams of protein. That's more than triple what you'd get from a boiled egg, but it's not just the protein. Pumpkin seeds are rich in magnesium, zinc, and iron, 3 minerals older adults often lack. These nutrients help muscles contract, repair, and oxygenate. Without them, even good protein isn't fully used. How to eat them? Stick to the raw, unsalted kind. Sprinkle on yogurt, blend into smoothies, or enjoy a spoonful as a snack. They're small but mighty. Firm, savory, and full of surprises. Tempeh comes from fermented soybeans, and that fermentation, it makes the protein more absorbable and adds gut-friendly probiotics. Per 100 grams, tempeh gives you 20 grams of complete protein, rich in leucine, the amino acid that triggers muscle growth. It's easy to cook. Slice and pan-sear with tamari or vinegar, crumble into stir-fries, add to rice bowls or salads. It's hearty, satisfying, and supports both muscles and digestion. A deep green powder, a protein powerhouse. Spirulina gives you 29 grams of protein per 100 grams with over 85% bioavailability, meaning your body uses almost all of it. It's also anti-inflammatory and rich in leucine. And you don't need much. Just 1 teaspoon a day, stirred into a smoothie, oatmeal, or energy ball, is enough to support recovery and strength. Gentle, efficient, and easy to use. Soft, mild, and complete. Hemp seeds offer 35 grams of complete protein per 100 grams, with a balance of omega-3 and omega-6 fats. They support joints, brain health, and reduce inflammation. No prep needed, just eat them raw. Add to porridge, salads, or blend into shakes. Just 1 tablespoon a day can support energy and muscle tone. Don't be fooled by the name. Seitan is made from wheat gluten and offers 39 grams of protein per 100 grams. It's meat-like, filling, and low in fat. Easy to digest because it's mostly protein, without starch or fiber. Slice into stir-fries, pan-fry with herbs, grill like meat. It's ideal for those avoiding meat but craving a hearty meal. Pair with vitamin C-rich veggies to boost iron absorption. This one might surprise you. Aged cheeses can contain up to 42 grams of protein per 100 grams, and because they're fermented, the proteins are partially broken down. That means easier digestion and better absorption. Just a few tablespoons grated on vegetables, eggs, or grains adds a savory protein boost. Plus, it stimulates appetite, which many older adults need help with. Quiet, underrated, incredibly effective. Made from dehydrated lean fish like cod, this powder contains up to 63 grams of protein per 100 grams, nearly 5 times more than eggs. It's soft, shelf-stable, and easy to use. Mix into soups, stews, mashed vegetables, or porridge. Ideal for those with chewing or appetite issues. Just 1 spoonful a day helps rebuild strength, without effort, without fuss. I still eat eggs sometimes, soft-boiled with a pinch of salt. They are familiar. They bring back memories. But now, I see them as one piece of a much bigger picture. Because today, my plate holds more than just comfort. It holds intention. It holds quiet strength. You see, after everything I have learned, I do not think of food the same way. I do not ask, will this fill me up? I ask, will this help me stand up? Will it help me walk longer, hug stronger, live fuller? And that shift, small as it sounds, has changed everything. Because staying strong after 60 is not about pushing yourself harder. It is about giving your body what it has quietly been asking for, not in pills, not in powders, but in food that works with you, not against you. Maybe you have felt it too. That slow fade in energy, the extra effort to get moving, the moments you reach for support, even when you used to move freely. It is not weakness. It is your body's way of whispering. Feed me better. I am still here. I still want to move, to lift, to dance. And the beautiful part is, you can answer that call, gently, with just one spoonful, one handful. One thoughtful bite at a time, whether it is a creamy scoop of yogurt, a sprinkle of hemp seeds, or a warm bowl with quinoa and greens. Every bite is a step back toward the you that feels strong, confident, and in control. You do not need to change everything. Just choose one new food to add this week. Try it, feel it, see what happens. And when you are ready, add one more. You are not too old. You are not too late. And strength is not something you lost. It is something you can gently rebuild, meal by meal, day by day. So I will ask you, which of these 10 foods will you try first? Comment below and share with us. Your story might be the one that inspires someone else to start. And if this video helped you in any way, please give it a like, share it with someone you care about, and consider subscribing. Because here, we believe aging does not mean fading. It means becoming wiser, more intentional, and more powerful, especially in how we care for ourselves. Let us keep choosing food that fuels freedom. Let us stay strong. Let us stay steady. Let us keep walking, dancing, and living on our own terms. Because your best years, they are not behind you. They are just waiting for the right kind of nourishment.